here is the next part, and you will roll 2d6 again, because now we find out what kind of psychic power you have discovered when you have gone through the transego device. Nathan, what is it?
I got an 8.
So you are what is called an Esper. ESP.
What is that?
This is your psychic power that you have when you have gone through the transego device. And you can choose, if you go to the Esper page, you will choose 4 of those powers. Now, it may be helpful for you to do the numbers for your character to discover what your attributes are, because then you can choose powers that go well with them if you want to.
Okay.
So you will have 4 ESP powers. These are things like danger sense and locate and premonitions and things like that.
That's perfect for a psychologist.
Well, maybe not as perfect as telepathy, but pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll need it to survive his group.
Right. That's true. I also think that one thing I like a lot about this is that your psychic powers have nothing, because you have never used them before. Therefore, they have nothing to do with your profession or your life before. They're completely out of nowhere.
Okay.
Because you only have them when you are going through this machine. So, Ola, what is your psychic power? Your talent, they call it.
I rolled 10.
Okay. They call this an UBI because OOB stands for out of body. So an UBI has some very strange powers that allow you to create a ghostly form that moves around and has effects on things. And so if you can interfere with electrical devices, you can shatter things, you can distort time. There's even one called probability travel. That's pretty cool, where you spin back the universe in something that just happened and say that didn't happen, and things like that. So you will pick 4 of the UBI powers. They can be any of them. Now, one thing you may consider is to go back and get your character's numbers. So, for example, you know what your dexterity is, or you know what your alertness is, and then you can choose things that go well with your attributes if you want to. Or you can just choose the coolest ones, no matter how good you are, because that's fun too.
I will turn off my camera because I think that will help.
Okay. So, Helma,
but I'm here.
What number did you roll?
A 9.
And that means that you are an id master. And master of the id. Which means that you can you create something called a psi beast. You create a psychic animal or beast, and it will do all kinds of things. It can heal things. It can implant suggestions into other people's minds. It can scan around. It can alter someone's desires. You get to pick 4 of these listed powers. So,
didn't you say it was not connected?
I'm sorry? Well, in this case, you came out lucky. Okay, so Nathan, we got you, and Ola, we got you, Helma, and Emma. What have we discovered?
I did get 7, so I'm a peaker.
A peaker, yes. Yeah. And according to this, this is psychokinesis, PK. So that means you're able to move things around with your mind. And so obviously you can throw things and shatter them. You can levitate things. One of the options is called telekinetic kill, where you just kill someone with your mind. They are an object after all. And then a few others. Oh, body control. That's actually taking over someone's body at a distance. So there are 4.
But only if I'm fussy, so maybe not everybody.
Right, true. You have standards. But you will pick 4 of these powers under the peaker.
Yeah.
And so then, Max, I think you are the last one.
I forgot to turn them off. I have number 3.
Okay, excellent. You're an energist. And this means you specialize in controlling energy. So there are 4 you can choose, and most of them involve electricity, but there are several that involve heat, and magnetism. So you can actually generate an electromagnetic pulse. That's kind of cool. You can, there's all kinds of things. Fire and electricity and magnetism. You have pick 4 of things that you can do.
But I have to pick one of the 4.
No, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them listed. You will pick 4 of those 9.
4 of those 9. Okay, I'll have to read through
Yeah,
that.
go ahead. And as I have been mentioning, just to remind you and everybody, that you have a list of values for alertness and willpower and strength and things like that, and you got your values for these things from your profession. And then your profession and type gave you your skills. Your skills values, your skills numbers come from your attribute values, so you can follow the rules to discover, for example, how charming you are, or what your knowledge is, and things like that. And you will often find that the attributes in your psychic powers are a little different from the ones you use in your profession, or in at least one case, very similar. I'm trying to think of where I have my little sheet. I made a great sheet, but I will make it available to you in the chat. But this organization, this scientific organization, has several bases around the world. The one in the United States has the Transego device. That's the original headquarters. And then there are many around the world as well. So your character could easily be most active in one of those other headquarters. So you don't have to be American. You can come from, I would suggest, coming from any of the places where there is an ICES headquarters. And I will send you the sheet with the list. So you can take your time and look over the information. You don't have to read everything in the book. There's a section on the year 2030 that might be kind of fun to read. Of course, you see this society, the International Society of Enlightened Scientists. It wants the science fiction future to come as soon as it can and to make everyone happy. That's their goal. So they have already affected society quite a bit. And the author had some fun thinking ahead to the future from the situations of 1994. And so nothing too terrible has happened. There's been no contact with aliens. There's been no interstellar travel. There has been no technological change that has overwhelmed everything. For example, there is no technological ability to create nobody has created an artificial intelligence yet. They are still working on that very hard, but they haven't done it. And so for science fiction, the most crazy device is actually this one from the 1940s that your characters are using. And it is useful to remember that these scientists did not invent this device. So even they are not entirely sure how it works. For those of you whose backgrounds include a crisis, you can either pick something that is very obvious for your other backgrounds or profession, or if you want, it is useful perhaps to consider encountering one of these invading creatures from Xenos, which would have been a crisis, believe me. So you don't need to finish on your own. We will do some interaction before next Tuesday to make sure that everybody is, making some sense and maybe talk a little bit about the setting. But we will begin with a mission right away next Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah, you're going
I
to
have a mission.
You're going, yeah. But your characters, all 5 of your characters will be in a team to Xenos, and we will begin by you getting into your tanks where you float while your mind is zipped off to the other planet. The different scientists in the International Society of Enlightened Scientists, they come from all over the world. So there's plenty of opportunity to be interesting.
I think I will not have any problems choosing and building my character, but I will probably just want to re-engineer back to some of the steps that I might have missed now.
Okay, we will check
stuff and
yeah. We'll take a little time to check.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
All right. Good.
So this looks like fun.
All right.
I like what we've come up with. It's looking
Yes.
exciting. We will learn a little bit about the system of how to do things when, for example, you try to use one of your skills or are in some kind of combat situation or coping with psychic disagreements inside somebody's head and all of those different opportunities. The system is actually quite simple, but it is unusual. For those of you who are active at Adept Play, this is by the same author as the game Legendary Lives, which we have been playing a lot. Different groups have been playing a lot in the last 2 years. And so it's kind of exciting. It's a team. It was a man and woman, a couple, Joe Williams and Kathleen Williams, and they published 3 games in just 3 or 4 years. And they're all really, really interesting games. And I think this one is the most ambitious.
It looks like fun, and I think we are already halfway to.
Oh yes, we are easily
doing the title honor.
Oh yes, I agree.
Have you played this before, Ron?
No, I have not.
Is this your first time?
It is.
No, that's really interesting. So, and have you played? But the other games they have made, you have played.
I have not played Lost Souls, but I have played Legendary Lives pretty intensively.
All right. This sounds like real fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so.
Looking forward to continuing the story of collaboration with this collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right.
Well, you remember, you all do want to get back in one piece, I think. So.
I mean, seriously, as long as we are away, I don't see a problem there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the at-home part that might be interesting.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. It's a game that puts a lot of. You have to think about what's going on in 2 places, and so.
Yeah. We'll see how that works.
Okay, everyone. Again, welcome to Emma, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody next week. So, take care.
See
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye.